Và kính thưa tất cả quý vị, với các doanh nghiệp vừa và nhỏ thì điều gì có thể cản trở họ thành công trong việc quản lý dữ liệu? Hoặc là làm thế nào để quản lý việc đào tạo và phát triển kỹ năng của các nhóm trên dữ liệu? Để trả lời cho các câu hỏi này thì ngay bây giờ Ngọc Quý xin được trân trọng kính mời lên sân khấu ông Pierre Bonnet, CEO Tipco Orchestra Network Việt Nam. Ông sẽ chia sẻ một số kinh nghiệm với chủ đề dữ liệu cho doanh nghiệp vừa và nhỏ. So please welcome Mr. Pierre Bonnet to be on stage.
I hope the micro is open. Okay, perfect. So, hi everyone. I'm very happy to be here today. I am Pierre. So super happy to be here today in Vietnam because with the COVID crisis, I couldn't come in Vietnam for 2 years now. So it's a good opportunity to share my knowledge with you in a real life. So I love deliver conference on the talk, but during these last 2 years it was by Zoom, so super boring for me. The first time I come back in the real life to deliver a real talk in the real life. I am a French guy, so sorry for my English. I have my specific accent. And I have been working in Vietnam for more than 10 years, the IT domain. And the title of my conference, as you can see here, this is Winning the Data Race. So I am an engineer in the IT field, so this presentation will be a little bit IT-oriented, so hope it will be interesting for you. By the way, I have only 30 minutes, so super short time. So sorry, I will try to share some interesting things, I believe. But mainly, this is a question of mindset rather than IT best practices, because I have no time to explain that. So winning the data race for a company, let's say, is a super huge challenge when the data quality is low. But you already know that. This is like running a marathon with a multi-kilo bag on your back. So the metaphor here with the data race, this is because this is a difficult sport, a difficult challenge. So my presentation is divided in 3 parts. First, I will talk about this race, and I will show you, as far as I know, let's say, how we can get lost, easily lost in this data race, and how we can have some mechanisms to make this race better. I will also explain that the data race is just the first race we have to win, because beyond than that, we have the decision process based on the data. So I will observe with you the curve of the relevance of the decision, because having data is not enough. We have also the question of the decision process based on the data. And then my last part of the presentation is something like a call to action, and again, engagement with you. So here, this first slide, a little bit rough, maybe, but most of companies, I believe, are in what we name the rat race, in the data management. I hope this is not your case, because honestly, every company is different. But on average, most of companies are in this situation. You know, the rat race, this is the large mouse in a labyrinth, trying to get a reward like a little piece of cheese, but with an endless process, something that's super boring, and in vain, impossible to get this piece of cheese, because we are stuck in this complicated path, complicated labyrinth. Metaphor, but now applied to the data management, this is exactly that. This is like trying to find a path with the different data to get the value that is somewhere. We smell that, we know there is the value. Everyone said that the future of company, of business is the data, but okay, how we really get this value? And we are stuck in this race. We have 3 pillars, so everyone know already this pillar, very easy. Data interoperability, we need to be sure that we can connect data with each other from a technical layer and also from a business language layer. So at the business language layer, this is something like a business glossary, a clarity about the vocabulary the company use, some stuff like that. The data accuracy, of course, if the data value is not aligned with the reality, if your data are not are wrong, it cannot work. It's not magic. And then the data privacy, depending on the sensibility of the data, the ability to apply easily security rules and also a regulation framework, because we are in a modern world with more and more international or local regulation. And if you think about data without thinking about the alignment with the regulation, this is a huge risk of collapsing. You create a copy of the value, something like a variant from the initial value. Oh, so I will not make the metaphor, but okay, I do that with the virus on the variant. I don't want to scare again with the COVID issue, but this is exactly the same pain. We have a virus at the first step, and after you have thousands of variants. Same thing for the data value in the company. So at the time you understand that, okay, easy to define the three pillars, but wow, in my existing system, what a mess when the data value moves from a system to another one, and this is several moves. Deterioration of the value, creation of variant of the value. How I can fix that, really? We must be sure that everyone understands that before the strategy, we need to have a clear view of the existing system, the data value move. And then third, the mindset. And to face the complexity, the complicated system, we engage our client, the companies, the employee within the companies, particular here. Every day, when you come at work, you ask yourself 3 questions. Maybe you will think that I'm a little bit crazy and why I will suggest you to ask these 3 questions, because we are talking about the data, but mindset. First question is, what I don't know. Look at that, what I don't know. Step back from your knowledge and your vision of this topic to really be sure that you have not a missing point, missing item in your understanding of that. Super complicated. First question, what I don't know. Second question, what I don't see. I am in a real life with my context. How I apply that to this context? What could be the blind spot in my environment? Blind spot. Very important. What I don't see. Then, based on what I don't know, what I don't see, what could go wrong? Never forget that. Question of mindset. I have not enough time to say more on that, but this is, let's say, a complicated domain, systemic domain, that really need to prepare the mindset to face this situation. By the way, the data race is not the final target. Even if you win the data race with, let's say, super good quality of the data, with the 3 pillars, unfortunately, let's say, this is 10% of the journey. Because data value, as you know, this is not the first layer. This is just, the first layer. After, you have to extract a meaning from the data value. Information. Information is the meaning of the data. But the meaning is not enough. The meaning is just a raw material. You need to experiment. You need to learn and to share this meaning in the company, in your organization, in the market. This is knowledge. But the knowledge is not enough, because if you don't step back to understand this knowledge, you could make some things wrong. This is the meta knowledge. And believe me, from the raw data value to the meta knowledge, this is a super long journey. This is not a bad news, this is a good news, because this is there when we can compete against the market to make more money than other companies. But it required a clear view about the strategy. So let's take an example for the Earth, our planet. So the data value, raw value, this is something like equatorial radius, polar radius, blah, blah, blah. So this is just figures. Information, it's the meaning. So the Earth is an ellipsoidal shape, easy, but this is not a little thing. This is a meaning we extract from the raw data value. Knowledge. Thanks to space travel, we experiment, we confirm, hopefully, that the Earth is round. But we have to experiment that, otherwise this is just a mathematical meaning from the data value. And then the last step, why the Earth is round and the planet are round. Maybe not everyone is able to answer that question, by the way. This is because of the gravitational force. So we have a reason of that. And this is there, usually at the meta-knowledge level, that the return of investment of the data strategy that start at the data raw value exists. It's a long path, but interesting. So let's take an example now. Before an example, a global view. I am very sorry with this type of slide because this is super simple since I have a few minutes. But let's say in the vertical axis, you have the relevance of the decision, the power of the decision. Very low, medium, and high, and you can understand easily that when we grow up from data, information, knowledge, or meta-knowledge, we make better the relevance of the decision. And you have something, boundaries, I don't know exactly where, from the, let's say, a quite heavy IT domain with the database technology for the part, let's say, data and information, and suddenly you enter in another world. Of course, the boundaries is not clear. Huh? This is something a little bit fuzzy, but you enter in a world that is human-oriented. Maybe AI, a very interesting presentation about AI, but not AI alone. AI for individual, AI for everyone, AI with people. So to benefit from the knowledge and then the meta-knowledge. AI at knowledge, yes. AI at meta-knowledge, forget it. Cannot be done with AI today. So at the meta-knowledge, this is 100% people-oriented. Today, maybe in the future, who knows? So let's take a little example. So little academic example. Let's say I have a database like that. Sorry, but just for academic purpose. You have a data set with weekly ice cream and weekly sun protection cream sales. Okay, easy to understand where I want to go. Now you understand. So in terms of information now, revenue from ice cream and revenue from sun protection cream grew up during the same period. Easy to understand. So now we have someone maybe in, I don't know where in the organization. I don't want to target a particular function or role in the organization. But let's say in terms of knowledge, now this trend is seen every year and confirmed by consumer survey. So we have the information that has been experimented, that has been tested, shared with the market, and yes, we confirm that we have the knowledge of that. So it means that people taking care of their skin love ice cream. So now, stupid of course, but I will make a publicity, an advertisement, very expensive maybe, I don't know, to explain that if you take care of your skin during the summer, hey, we have the good ice cream for you. That's fine. We will make business. We will grow up our revenue 20%. I guarantee that, Mr. The Boss. I am a data scientist somewhere here, and I see that. Okay, of course, this is stupid because the one that has the meta-knowledge, we understand that it is not a causation. This is not because a change of the first variable has happened that it will impact the change of the variable of the second variable. This is not a causation. It's just a simple correlation based on the summer, the warming, the climate changing, or what we want anyway. So the only fact that we take care of this confusion between correlation and causation is super important. But you cannot be stuck just going to Wikipedia or dictionary to give the definition of what is a causation, what is a correlation. Easy, in 10 minutes. Correlation, okay, mathematical stuff. Causation, something different. But okay, but in the real life, how we move from the raw value to the meta-knowledge? This is not only two definitions in a dictionary. This is something more deeper. Let's say you have two possible strategies when you want to start to do something in the data race. And then now, I'm no longer talk about the mindset. I already talked a little bit about the mindset and come back to the more IT path. So depending on your business strategy, let's say the state of your databases, your current enterprise architecture, legacy or vision for the future, you have two possible paths. The first one is quite easy. This is what we name the light integration. So to kill the data duplication, to kill this snake on the venom, you put in front of your existing system a repository, a new repository, a big database, that is not a data lake, that is not a big data, that is an operational data store, what we name a master data management, that we allow a company to manage not all the data, but the most important data. The strategic data to enforce the three pillars: interoperability, accuracy, and security. The second approach, so you see, you still have the data duplication, let's say, but you have mechanisms to counterpart this data duplication. The other way, as you can guess, this is a harder path where we will try, where the company rearrange its existing databases, maybe for merging two databases or three databases in only one, with a new business language and IT infrastructure that is more clean. So this is the world of the restructuring, reshaping of the system. But in the both paths, this is what I wanted to say to terminate here, you need to have powerful data governance feature. Data governance feature is a long list of specific use cases you have to put in the hands of your end user, whatever the level in the organization, so that they can manage this data in the right speed, anywhere, anytime, any context, the right level of security, and so on. Except if you have already done that. But the first step is create your data catalog. It is super important that the company use globally a same business vocabulary, a same glossary. You know, the data race, the data strategy is not a project in a silo, in a vertical view. This is a transversal program, multi-years. And then during all these programs, for sustain this program, all your stakeholder, your user in the company must share the same language. Otherwise, it cannot work. This is mandatory. I'm sorry to say that, but if you want to avoid this effort to have a unified business vocabulary, I believe it is not possible. And of course, beyond than the business vocabulary, this is a little bit more complicated, even more complicated. This is what we name the semantic data modeling. How we can design a data model that is super business oriented, and this is understandable for everyone in the company. Share the same unified data model for every silo, let's say. short view. So it will force you, for example, to distinguish between some type of data, reference data, master data, transactional data, some stuff like that. So it requires some skill, some expertise in the field. And then you will have to keep in mind how to enforce step by step the three pillars: interoperability, accuracy, and security. Not all at once, it's not possible, but during this program, multi-year. So this roadmap, globally, you can try to cross two axes. Of course, this is more complicated than that, but just to have an overview, let's say. So thinking about the technical integration, either light or deep, as I described before, so intrusive to your system or not, and in really, believe me, in a long-term view, maybe it will change over time, but like when you are entrepreneur, I am an entrepreneur, I have created many business. When you establish a business plan, you don't think about the next month only, you have a 5 years vision. Even though you are not stupid, you know you will change your business plan after 1 year and after 2 years, but it's not a problem. You need something that will allow you to be sure if you still align with your core value, your DNA at the starting point. So the DNA of the data strategy, this is really this program on a long term. So long term, this is not for 10 years, but let's say for the current year, 12 months, 2 years later, 2 years ahead, and after. And then for each cadran here, ideally, you should put inside the main business object you want to put under control. For example, if you want to focus on the customer data, because you consider this is the most important data in your organization to put under control, I don't know, maybe we will do, okay, we restructure totally the database for the client in the short term. And maybe in the over term, we will focus on the product database. This is not only for the executive or the data scientist or the engineer. This is for all employees in the company. But really all. Because the data value, yes, this is like the water flow. It's spread all the organization. Every employee, even on the, I have not pejorative, but at low level of the organization, use and generate data. Because now this is like that. So everyone in the company should have an education, even a basic education about what is the data. And then you need to avoid a bit boring with the IT or to make error, to have a super flexible, solid and sustainable technology platform you can rely on, and then you go ahead. It's bad to have a wrong approach in the IT layer because it can break the program. It could have very bad impact if you have a error in the, let's say, in the IT platform. Unify, this is the business vocabulary, how you can enter a business vocabulary into the platform to be sure that, let's say, this is not the mindset, this is the tool, but it helps to create the mindset, to have this business vocabulary, Unify. On Predict, it is all the business race, how we can provide to the company good tool to have a good analysis of the good data, the right time, at the right context, at the right level. So this is that. So this is a global platform on-premise or on cloud. Okay. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.